Do you see what we're up against? Hello, good people out in YouTube. Skipping the intro today because I'm pretty fired up once again. YouTube just restricted my video where I talk about Jason Aldean's new song, Try That in a Small Town. It's been, to date, my most successful video in the first just couple, 3 days. For a small channel like mine, to have a video that resonates with so many people is extremely important for me and for my growth as a channel more broadly, and being able to find the people out there on YouTube who connect with my point of view. YouTube restricted the video and said that apparently they think that it may not be appropriate for those under 18. Now, I want you to think about what that implies. It implies that the content is potentially so objectionable that it should not be exposed to children. That's apparently what they are implying. This made me so angry that I decided to come on here because I want to show you something. This is something that you may or may not be aware of. I'm assuming most of you out there who are my subscribers or watchers, I assume that you guys are probably over 18 anyway. And so when you sign into your YouTube channel, your age is verified. And so you probably don't run into any restrictions, but you may not know that if you're not signed into YouTube and you come upon an age-restricted video, it will prompt you to sign on so that you can verify your age. So that means that any video that you can watch when you're not signed into YouTube is not age-restricted. Okay, we got that? All right, now I want to show you something, and I'm going to turn the music down because I don't want it to play, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. I'm going to show you just a brief smidgen of a video by an artist named Sexy Red. This is, I don't know if you can see it here. You can see here up at the top right corner, I'm not signed in. So that means this is not age restricted. Let me play just a piece of this for you so that you can see what they are allowing that is not age restricted, and they age restricted my video. I'm just going to show just a piece of it. Do you see what we're up against? Do you see what we're up against in the culture? Let me tell you something. Coming up into this presidential campaign, I'm going to tell you something right now that I'm getting sick and tired of hearing from politicians, particularly from conservative politicians. When crap like this happens, right? I don't care that you think that it's bad. I want to know what you're going to do about it. Because this is my idea about what the government should and should be. There's a little cliche that goes along with so-called conservatives where they say conservatives want small government. People who are particularly sophisticated, though, don't accept that presumption. They say, no, I don't want small government. I want limited government. And the difference between small government and limited government is that small government is arbitrarily small. You basically, for reasons that cannot be fully explained, you say the government can't get involved in X. And you say, well, why? Well, because we want the government to be small, whatever that means. Limited government, however, is when you have a fairly and properly well-defined function of the government. What is the role of the government? What should the government be doing? What should they not be doing? To have that explicitly explained. And so long as the government is functioning within those parameters, then whatever scale the government needs to grow to facilitate that is necessary, i.e. the military, for example. It is the responsibility for the military to provide for the common defense. Now, we don't make the claim that since the government has the responsibility to provide for the common defense, but we want to make sure government is small, so therefore we want to make sure our military is small, that's idiotic. We don't want small government. We want limited government. And the thing that pisses me off about this, and you can tell that I'm really passionate here, the thing that makes me so mad is that when I see all of these conservative pundits get up there and talk about ESG, the BlackRock, they're manipulating businesses and forcing them to go woke and all that stuff. I'm like, well, what are you going to do about it? These big tech platforms are literally socially engineering our culture. They suppress ideas that they don't like, and they promote filth like I just showed you. You can go right now onto YouTube's platform. You can watch any Nicki Minaj song. You can watch a Chief Keef song while he sits there smoking weed and talks about shooting people. But if you say something that Jason Aldean's song about, community tightness and family values and not tolerating lawlessness and looting, that can't be viewed by 18-year-olds, you're out of your mind. But this is what I want to know. This is what I want to know from Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis and Vivek Ramaswamy and Mike Pence and whoever else is running for president. What are you going to do about it? Don't give me this song and dance about small government. Why should Google, YouTube, why should they literally mold and shape? Why should they have the power to shape the perception of reality by limiting what people can see? They could literally make a lot of money off of somebody like me. I don't understand why Google or YouTube thinks that they can indefinitely suppress talent that has a viewpoint that they don't agree with and think that their reign over the marketplace and in this video search space that is going to be indefinite and last forever. There was a time when Piggly Wiggly was the biggest retail chain in the world. Piggly Wiggly. Now they're a byword. There's a time where Sears and JCPenney was bigger than Walmart. Where are they now? YouTube's stranglehold over what you see, what you perceive, cannot be allowed to stand. I'm right now going off on a tangent because right now I feel like I'm being mistreated. Do I have any proof of that? I do not. But it's like I said in my video where I talked about the apparent sabotage of the Sound of Freedom movie where people kept going to the theater and inexplicably nobody had air conditioner. I'm 44 years old, been going to movies all my life. Never in my life have I stepped into a movie theater where the AC didn't work. That's never happened. But all of a sudden, it's happening all over the country in different places on the same movie. Explain that. Do we have proof that someone's tampering with things or sabotaging? No, but we have every reason to be skeptical of these people because they've shown who they are before. Thank God for somebody like Elon Musk who's trying to right those wrongs. But this, what's really interesting? It seems like they haven't learned from their mistakes. Seems like they haven't learned. Which is to say, every time they try to suppress an obvious truth, the opposite thing happens. They tried to suppress the Jason Aldean song. What happened? It blew up. Streisand effect. They tried to suppress the documentary, What is a Woman? Not YouTube specifically, but Twitter. What happened? More people saw it than ever. They tried to suppress the Sound of Freedom movie by telling people it was QAnon conspiracies. What happened? It's the #1 movie in America. If they were smart, they would stop doing this. And maybe this works to my advantage. If you're watching this video, it is important that you share it. It's important. I want to ask you that you see it as your personal duty to share it, to raise awareness, because we have to put pressure on these people. And we have to start demanding of the people who want to lead us, who say they want to lead us and say they want to enact change. We got to ask them, what are you going to do about this? Don't give me this song and dance about small government. Give me limited government. If the government, if it is not the proper purview for government to stop a big tech company from socially engineering our culture, if that's not what the government should be doing, then explain to me why. But if you can't explain to me why, I want you to do something about it. So I want to call on you, friends, to share this. Till next time, God bless you.